we have seen. But with the playing path underway, we'll see if any of that changes. Certainly going to be some quick departures coming out of the cargo hold already. I believe Northern Lights is going to opt to head down towards Primorsk, and Unity coasting up that West Coast highway.
Yeah, over here on this West Coast, usually it's this type of drop, kind of what they're shaping up to do is something we see Shoot to Kill do if they're not able to reach Yesnaya, but looks like they're going to go ahead and just hop down right out the play. Coming out early if you're going.
These teams don't want to waste any more time. They spent the entirety of maybe the first 3 phases of the previous game contesting back and forth with really not much achieved until the final moments for DA picking up the final squad. But now all events is on a roll, and Rustin are going to be leading the charge over towards one of the members of DA, pinned down in the bathroom as the other DA squad starts to at least rotate around the building to provide that much needed support. It's going to come too late, but Mitri gets knocked down and out.
Yeah, Mitrailius going down as the second kill of the lobby. And honestly, this was a little shocking to me, for me to see in the previous game. I know DA's been coming and dropping in Raws for a very long time, and it's just deciding that, yeah, we're going to go ahead and try to take this from you. So they are going to strike first blood. Smash kind of split away and surrounded by 3 member 2 players in the God compound, but they're going to start rotating either way. Kimba is going to spot a vehicle for Northern Lights rotating through, going to throw some shots to make sure he doesn't stop. Hopefully, he actually is going to stop. So this is interesting.
Yeah, this might be a nice little pickup for Navi to start to stack at least some of those kills. One shot finding his target right there. Kimba able to at least put out a little bit of pressure. The quick spray down, though, over towards the west will be finding its shot. Perfect. Going to be the first casualty. The hands of Navi. Nade comes out to find the flush and will likely be able to do so. And there it is. The first kill picked up for Navi by Kimba. A beautiful display of confidence as well as showmanship. The marksman of that player, and now trying to defend the compound while Blue Zone is starting to work its way in now towards phase number 1. And with that, some of these engagements now being forced over in Razak. You still have Ents and DA still clashing. Then over here to the east, it's going to be Blaze and Omikin as they start to make their treks from east to west. Last attack down significantly, about 30% HP is all they have to work with. But also Lipson rolling around on the flank might be able to find the backside of the page. Right there, spray comes in. Only one shot going to find its target through that spray down, unfortunately, for Blaze.
Yeah, Blaze getting pinched out here. T-Bone and Register are coming up, though not quite yet knocked. Looks going to throw some smoke here, and those vehicles come up, try to give him a little bit more cover. But we are seeing a very early team fight commit coming out between Blaze and Omakin here. Page does eventually go down from Rip all the way from the hill to the south, so some good angles coming out there. Cash Register and T-Bone still pushing
out. Cash Register trying to register at least a few bits of damage onto Laza. Won't be able to do so, but the other members of Omikin now will be trying to push up as well. The res does not come out. Without damage as Blaze going to be trying to tear out of this area of the map. Smoke concealment gives them enough room to work with, and they will be rolling on with 3 alive.
Yeah, props to Omakin, able to apply the pressure to get the members of Blaze off of that hill. They're able to get the res. Looks like they're going to be able to disengage as a 3-man and try to continue their rotation. But Lipson here coming around for a side angle into the hacker compound is going to spot them, does take some damage as well. He's got to be careful here. He's going to have 3 people potentially looking at him, not wanting to get tagged up himself. It looks like they're disengaging, so he should be okay.
4 teams have found themselves now inside of phase number 1, getting a little bit crowded down towards the southwest, where Batulin and some of the other members from his squad have started to congregate. Exalt Gaming going to be holding on to the Water Tower Hill as well. A third-party presence that I don't think anyone really expected to come out, especially given the positioning outside of phase number 1. But if you saw the previous game of Erangel, if you maybe expected this clash to go on again, it's a good opportunity.
Doesn't look like anybody's getting knocked just yet, but Digger, he's going up close and personal to the building where he knows both members currently are at. With that barrel, it's definitely going to be able to put out a good amount of damage in this close quarter fight.
Spots out one of the members of DA rolling up the stairwell. Wasn't able to find the shots in time, but we'll start to apply the pressure. Grenade goes through the second story. We'll be mauling off the stairwell. And now the push comes out of the persons. Rustin Mar is able to find a nice Vector frag down on top of Smash. We'll be able to flush him out as well. One more down for DA. And now just 6mo on the second story. Looks like it's going to be going the way of Ents this time around. But almost able to find a second knock, though, on the Ents before going out himself. 6mo and the rest of DA will be our first team here in game number 5 to be eliminated.
Yeah, no, Makin, they're on the water tower coming over and taking some looks at the remains.
Making drastic rotations, specifically all the way up towards the north. You got FaZe trying to wrap down to the south. Gigantin, and then some of the members of Exalt also. Northern Lights will be spotting out some of the members of Liquid. Ibiza to be under fire, but it's El Gigante that ends up taking the casualties in the kill feed. Northern Lights doing a good job, though, at protecting this compound from any of the teams rotating in this direction.
Yeah, they're just seeing tons of vehicles drive by, north, south, any which way, just spraying shots, making sure that they don't stop. And I think any team that's driving by that compound with the amount of shots, they're not going to just pull up and want to pick that fight necessarily at this point of the game. Ooh, Spyro is going to get the great shot onto Ibiza out of the vehicle on the coastline. Some shots coming in from the east as well from Ferry Pier from, I believe, there's going to be Tornado Energy all the way over there that's putting that pressure. So they're not going to be able to get, oh, it's Tempest. Not going to be able to get the res on Ibiza, but the rest of the three members do end up making it over towards the Primorsk Hill.
Probably one of the more unfortunate places for that knock to come out onto Ibiza. The coast so wide open, and like you said, vulnerable shots come from the Ferry Pier, and that's all she wrote.
To the west of where Welcome to South George is, so they're going to be neighbors staring at each other across to the hills here. I believe it's going to be Liquid throwing some shots up at them as AT coming down the hill, getting very close to the compound. Merrick, you getting the tags onto K-Mine as well from the hillside as he's on the backside. That's going to open up for FaZe to come right down into the compound.
I mean, I tell you what, Liquid cannot catch a break anywhere they go. If it's moving one direction, they're going to be met with the resistance of another team than they were originally fighting. Luba rolls in very quickly, ends up running over K-Mine, claiming the first kill for the members of FaZe Clan as they try to pick up more points than they did in the previous game. Even with the victory, FaZe is a team that has really started to at least effectuate that. Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how the land ratio plays into effect coming up next. Certainly a few possibilities as to where it could go, but are these teams going to be able to actually get to where they need to go if they are planning on that strategy? El Gigante not going to be able to escape danger either. Nork is going to be dropped down significantly. 5 HP in a dream is all he has, but it's not going to be enough against the likes of Exalt, who end up taking them down and out. In 15th place position, they do go, Ship picking up the kill point, with another team reversing the path where Ibiza saw his life taken away. Tempest's Tamil trying to make it alive, but right into one of the members of Team Liquid, Mixie, who took a significant amount of damage before being able to have the opportunity to take the shots and ends up getting dropped down. Tamil rolls in and takes Mixie completely out of the game. A huge display of showmanship coming in for the members of Tempest.
Yeah, going for the death drive along the coast, just like Liquid. They make it through. I believe it was Welcome to South George who got the tags in onto Mexi as he was trying to spray them off, putting him down to 1 HP. That just opens it up for them to pull up. Now they're going to take the hill from Liquid. Liquid down to them at the end of the city. So this is going to be absolutely disastrous here for Blaze.
I mean, this is a power play right now. Tempest is doing everything they can to shut out Blaze. Not just shut him off, but also tell him there's no way in hell you guys are getting off of that damn boat. Big explosion comes out, and there it is. Tamil and Pixel are able to claim victory over Blaze, knocking out 3 other players, leaving them with just 1. Lipson somehow managing to escape lethal damage there, but will likely be going out shortly. Should he be spotted? I definitely think, Clib is going to be looking for him, trying to find where that swimmer could be, but it's going to be a hard sell until he has to pop back up for water. But a huge display of confidence. I mean, that's deflating. Animosity. If that happens to your team, that's very deflating to see them chase you to the peninsula.
Back against the zone for the entirety of the first few phases, trying to find somewhere in, and just immediately when you get to the edge, you just get blasted down. But it looks like Clib is going to rotate away. Lipson is going to have a lot of territory. He still has to traverse to make his way in, but Ince coming into the zone is going to be meeting Omakin over here by the Wizard Tower of the quarry, and cash register jumping into the first floor is going to get taken down. That is going to be Omakin going out in 14th place.
Hey, I mean, you got to give it to Digger for Ents for being able to find those shots quickly. He was effective in his spray down, and now we'll be able to continue the champion for that Ents squad. Rahina, though, still going to have a very stacked 4-man squad inside of the core. Going to be looking to see if they can wipe out the lone member of Ents, but he's got a lot of loot, possibly a little bit of armor and a helmet to pick up as well to refresh going into the mid to late game transition. Tornado Energy blowing through the eastern wall of phase number 4, going to be trying to center up as close as possible on the hillside, but will likely be met with resistance of WTSP or possibly Adept shortly.
Yeah, they're kind of just driving through the middle. It looks like they were wanting to go up to Welcome to South George, but now they're going to dive bomb it down into the Wizard Tower. More vehicles getting sent in here. Digger's going to throw some utility out the window to try to delay them, but coming in, he has the barrel up close. Is going to get the knock on it to 1, so just being a last stand type effort here coming out for the final member of Ince, as Tornado Energy, like the rest of them, are actually pushing away. Oh, but the nade is going to get him from a doozy, but Tornado Energy is now in a super tough spot, as I believe it's only a doozy, an example left alive right now.
I mean, they rolled up in there. Digger certainly did a good job at keeping them back, but in doing so, opened them wide up to Rahina Gaming as well as Adept over towards the west. And now it's just Tornado Energy getting destroyed. There's nowhere they can go. If they go down to the south, they're wide open. If they go up to the north, they're just clashing with teams in close distance. And now we see more and more get dropped down and out. Example, going to be flushed out of the game by Mizzy of Rahina Gaming. Blaze Esports, Lipson, that solo player, going to be pretty active in the kill feed still, no matter what he was facing off against. But now Tornado is trying to slow this down a little bit. They know there's another full stack squad coming in from the north. They've got to try to reset, try to find some pressure to apply to this team to get the res.
Yeah, Doozy is in there. He's holding off the res, like you said, as the pressure is coming through. But Nookie is knocked here. So it's only 3-man, only one person up close and personal for Rana here. So smokes are out. Looks like it's just going to continue to be delayed, and a Doozy is going to be getting the res. Uba, though, takes out Exalt Gaming in the kill feed down on the south side of the map. And Noki here just overwatching everything as well as the team is pushing in towards that Wizard Tower.
You know, it's crazy to think what would have happened had Tornado Energy gone to the WTSG hill instead of wrapping up to Quarry, because now things are wide open for WTSG to keep their heads on a swivel and watch the angles, protect their location, and maybe walk away with their first victory of the day. But it's not there just yet. There will be 8 other teams vying for that opportunity, vying for that chance to get the chicken dinner, and Rahina Gaming is certainly going to be one of those. Losing one member, though, early, Jupezic, rather, to be knocked down immediately by the other team that's been inhabiting in the quarry. It's going to be Adept. Sunzi coming up with some nice shots.
Yeah, I actually like the move from Adept. They see the team come off the North Hill, so they themselves get the angles, send one over there. Phantom and Furax are going to be coming over very close on the west side as next zone did reveal itself. So they are going to be able to continue this fight a little bit longer, as it is going to be getting aggressive, trying to step out of the Wizard to get some shots and maybe pick up a few more points. But shots being exchanged from the little steps here inside the quarry. Nookie is up close and personal, going to get the shots. That's going to be Sunny onto Mies there. Nookie is the next target in front of him, down very low. Both these players going to be forced to use a first aid. Now just one player left alive, and just like that, it is going to be wiped up. Adept still 4 strong and take control of the quarry here on the north side.
Phase number 6 does pop as well and shifts us up to the far northern part of the previous Pixel, the solo player of Tempest, has been able to find a small window of opportunity as well to push up as these shots start to erupt all around them, but it's not going to be enough. That small window of opportunity turned into a big closure, at least of the game for Tempest. Rolling through now, 5 teams remaining, 18 players alive, and Northern Lights is certainly going to be in a position to possibly contest the positioning of Navi. More shots ring out as Adept maintains a dominant hold here to the north, but will the next circle shift take them away from this location? If they have to rotate off the Quarry Cliffs anytime soon, they're going to be pushed into a very, very wide open territory.
Yeah, they're going to potentially have 3 different teams, Navi, Welcome to South Georgia, and FaZe, all looking at them if they try to make that exit. 5 teams, 18 alive. Most of these teams still 4-man strong, only going to be the Northern Lights as a duo. So realistically, at this stage in the game, Welcome to South Georgia could be in a very tough situation if they commit to a fight to have another team come over and third party them. They are spotting FaZe, trying to smoke their way in, but Fuzzface actually creeping up very close to the top of this hill right now.
We're going to tune in with the members of FaZe Clan very quickly to see if they're going to be able to combat the likes of WTSG. I believe we're going to pop into those comms right now.
Oh, I'm going to try to get the roof guy.
One guy behind the check, kid.
Roof guy got me. That's well played. One on the far right as well.
Super far left.
I'll pick up.
He's like all the way down on orange almost. We got knocked, the guy that
Yeah. That's a different thing.
I'll do.
A dangerous approach for the members of FaZe off of that southwestern border. Unfortunately, got dismantled by both WTSG as well as that Navi and Northern Lights pressure the far east. But now Northern Lights are going to be quickly dealt with, leaving us with the final 3 teams remaining. Adept, while all of this famosity has taken place down to the south, has been able to pretty much just
play coming out from Adepts right now. They're actually coming off the quarry as they know this fight's getting ready to break out. So they're going to capitalize and try to third party and clean up and win the game off of this one fight here.
Up starts to erupt between WTSG and Na'Vi. Kim are going to be the first casualty of this fight. Dropped down and out by Zhang. We're going to be in a heated engagement as the trade backs continue to come out between these two squads. A trade back and forth multiple times will be leaving each squad with about 2 members up and alive. But WTSG gets wiped off of the map because a death comes in for the third party, finds Vard, takes him out, and now it's just 2 squads remaining. A 3v3 scenario as it currently sits, I believe. No, a 3v2 as it currently sits. Phantom going to be bleeding out. If they can get him back up, they've got a big numbers advantage over Na'Vi. But will it be enough? And will they have enough time as both teams are currently swarming down to the south?
Yeah, I got to be careful. Sunzi was still up on the cliff, but he has decided to come down and regroup with the team. Found numbers. That nade's going to be right at the feet there. Young is going to go down low. It is going to be just best of luck left alive. There it is. The winner chicken dinner going over to Adepts after dominating the top of the quarry and then closing it out and taking the hill in the end game.